Second hour, Wednesday, February 19th, 2014. We are back. The phones are hot today for some reason. John from Florida is up next. He's been waiting very patiently. Hey, John, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, but I'll get better. Hey, well, I want you to rub it in for a little bit here. What part of sunny Florida are you calling from?
I'm calling from a place called Coconut Creek, which is close to Fort Lauderdale. 81 and sunny.
Oh, man, you're killing me.
Is that brutal enough?
Oh, man. Come on now. Now, are you a transplant, or have you always lived down there?
I am a transplant. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan.
Now I really feel bad, man. Because, yeah, I'm up here. We're close to Minnesota, and it's been a brutal winter up here, man. It's been really a harsh one.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of solace. I used to go to Amboy and Lamberton when it was minus 66 in Roseville, Minnesota. So I have suffered.
My God, that's just crazy, man. Well, hey, listen, John, I appreciate you very much. How can I help?
Okay, I hate to tie up too much time, so I'll start from head to toe. I've been in and out of the hospital now since 2010.
Yeah.
I used to be in the high voltage business installing generators and power plant.
Oh, yeah.
I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Oh, yeah.
And since I've been in the hospital, I lost 40-plus pounds, so my blood sugar has been normal.
Yeah.
And now my A1C is normal.
Yeah.
I'm still having issues with macular degeneration, and I'm on dialysis 3 times a week.
Because why?
Well, they said I had kidney failure. So even though I'm still passing a little bit of water, my kidneys, according to my doctors, are not functioning properly. So
well, but all right. We need to just pause for a second here. So There's a lot of things that can cause kidney failure. There's a lot of different types of kidney disease. Did they tell you had glomerulonephritis? Did they say you had pyelonephritis? Did they say anything at all, or did they just say, well, it's kidney failure?
I'm like your German friend. They said absolutely nothing. Zip zed.
That's crazy, man. All right, continue.
Okay, so I've had some issue with my eyes, and I've had to go in for the injection in my eyes because of the blood vessels breaking due to macular degeneration.
Yeah.
And I also have some neuropathy going on in my feet.
Yeah.
So I became a distributor for longevity last week. So I just started on my starter pack. My biggest issue is that because I was on antibiotics for such a long time, my digestive system has just been jacked up. Okay?
Yeah.
So
I'm with you, man. All right. Well, look, I'm going to make a deal with you. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what to do, right? I'm going to tell you how to dial this in across the board in a holistic manner down to the freaking last period. But you have to tell me the best whole house generator to buy, okay?
You got it.
All right. All right. That's easy, John. All right. We're in the money now. So how much do you weigh, man?
Right now I weigh 179.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'10" and a half.
Okay. Is 179 a good weight for you, or is like 160 better?
179 actually is a good weight for me. I used to be 230 and above.
Okay. That's the best time to see the Chinese dentist, by the way. 2:30.
Okay.
All right, so look, enough of this rigmarole. Let's get into it. All right, macular degeneration, from our point of view, is caused by something called oxidative damage to the eye. And I did a really good webinar about this. If you want to watch the webinar, you're going to have to become a subscriber to my site. You can go month to month. It's only $20. And I have a whole archived 100+ hours of different webinars on different health conditions. I did a really good one on eye health. FireYourMDNow.com. Click the Become an Insider button, and you can take it month to month if you want. But I'm going to lay it out for you here. So, oxidative damage, from our point of view, is what causes macular degeneration. Well, what causes oxidative damage? Oil and fried food and the other 10 bad foods. Oxidative damage is a fact of life. It's what causes iron to turn to rust. It's what causes mountains to turn to dust. It causes wine to turn to vinegar, and food to go bad, and things to get old, go rotten, and die. Oxidative damage, it's the second law of thermodynamics. It's everywhere all the time. Yeah. The major agent of oxidative stress is a group of chemicals called free radicals, and free radicals are abundant in the environment. So we need to limit our consumption of food that's high in free radicals. You can do this by completely eliminating, no pussyfooting around this one, man, completely eliminating the 10 bad foods. And you can get that list for free on my website, all right, fireyourmdnow.com. Sign up for my newsletter. You get the list for free. All right, so you got to eliminate the 10 bad foods and reduce the amount of oxidative stress to the body, number one. Number two, you have to increase the strength of the fire department of your body, because it's the fire department of your body that handles free radical damage and oxidative stress. So we do that with selenium and anything else to increase your ORAC score. ORAC, O-R-A-C, is a biochemical acronym for oxygen radical absorption capacity, and it's the scale of measurement that we use to determine how good something is at neutralizing free radicals. Now, for general all-around health, the recommendation for everybody is 20,000 ORAC points of antioxidants consumed a day, 20K a day. But when we're attempting to fight back from oxidative damage that is afoot, when the game is afoot, especially if it's the eyes, man, I say 100,000. So your goal needs to be 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. And you can do that through a combination of nutritional supplements and food. So you have to educate yourself about ORAC. So do a little Google search, ORAC food values, right? You have to figure out how much ORAC is in your longevity supplements. It's listed right there on the label. And then you have to get the rest either through other longevity supplements, right, or through food. So, for instance, curry, cinnamon powder, red wine, walnuts, blueberries are all high in antioxidants. Green tea, high in antioxidants. So just from doing some simple food substitutions, you can dramatically increase the amount of antioxidants into your body, and that is of mandatory importance for you. Mandatory importance, okay? All right. Now, kidney failure, that's just a stupid diagnosis, right? Because there's a number of different things that can happen to the kidney, and they should have told you specifically what it was. Now, notwithstanding that, thank God for Dr. Wallach. Dr. Wallach did 25,000 autopsies, so it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. And when you do that much boots on the ground, old-fashioned autopsy, you start to see patterns. And one of the things that Wallach noticed was that most of the time with kidney failure, the kidney itself was fine. The tissues in the kidney were fine. The problem with the kidney wasn't the structures in the kidney. It was the blood vessels inside the kidney were all jammed up. Well, what causes blood vessels in the kidney to get jammed up? Oxidative damage. Man, it's the different arm of the same octopus. You've got oxidative damage in the kidneys, bam. You've got oxidative damage in the eye, bam. Guaranteed you've got oxidative damage somewhere else. I don't know. Probably, wait a minute, wait for it. Neuropathy. Well, probably a good guess there. But, it's not my job to diagnose things over the radio, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And if I had to bet my money on it, that's what I'd say that it would be. So, at 180 pounds, the recommendation for you would be, per month, 2 Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. 2 bottles of Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. 2 bottles of Beyond Osteo FX liquid. 2 bottles of Beyond Osteo FX liquid. 2 bottles of EFA Plus. That's Essential Fatty Acid Plus, EFA Plus.
Now,
4 bottles.
A second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm unable to absorb any oil-based anything. It either will give me an upset stomach or it'll give me the big D.
All right. Have you tried fish oil supplements in the past?
Yes, I have. And they do not agree with me at all.
Do you still have a gallbladder?
I still have a gallbladder.
Okay. All right. So now, all right. So in that case, I want you to get 1 bottle of EFA Plus.
Okay.
1 bottle of EFA Plus, and I want you to take 1 capsule 3 times a day with food. Now, This is an interesting thing to talk about, John, because this is not normal medical intervention like everybody in the world is used to. This is quintessential holistic medicine, and that's more than just a pretty sounding word from the 60s, man. It makes a difference because it means something. What it means is everything is connected. So, this isn't an eye treatment. This isn't a kidney treatment. This is a John from Florida treatment, man. So, as we move down the road here, right, and you clean your diet up, you stop eating crap that's coming up the works, and then you nutrify your body every day, your digestive tract is going to bounce back to the ability that it is able to, okay? So, slow steps. You don't want to take the crutches away too soon, right? You don't want to rip the cast off too soon, but it's going to come off. Eventually your digestion is going to come around, and essential fatty acids are called essential because you're going to die without them. So I would rather push the envelope for a couple of weeks towards a little bit of discomfort rather than just, not have any EFAs, because they're really, 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 really important. All right? So we've got the Beyond Tangy 2.0. We've got the Beyond OsteoFX. We've got the EFA Plus and Selenium. I want you to do 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium a month. 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium a month. Now, we're up against the hard break. Stick with me. I'll give you some ORAC alternatives, right? Things you can add on if you feel like it from Longevity. And then I got to find out about the house generator, man. Stick with me. I appreciate you, John. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. We're lighting it up this afternoon, folks. So happy that you have joined us. I appreciate my listening audience very much. Let's finish it up with John in Florida. All right, John, there's one more thing I need to add to the list here, and I can't believe I forgot it. It's of maximum importance to support and promote circulation in the kidney. It's called Ultimate Daily Capsules. 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules, okay?
Got it.
Now, you also need to start to use salt to taste. You need to start using table salt. I don't care if it's iodized salt. I don't care if it's Celtic sea salt. I don't care what it is. You just need to start using salt to make your food taste good, because your digestive tract needs it. Specifically, your stomach needs it to have strong and healthy stomach acid. And the MDs have fed you a cock and bull story about the net negative effects of salt and the kidney. They're full of crap. They don't know what they're talking about, and their advice is to be not taken, not given, just ignored.
Very good. I agree.
All right, good. So, you got to eliminate the 10 bad foods. Take those nutritional supplements every day. And call me back, man, every 3 or 4 weeks, right? And if you come up against a rough patch, like the diarrhea persists or you grow an 11th finger or whatever, call me back and I'll help you figure it out. But otherwise, when we do medical nutrition appropriately, it should be painless. There should be 0 side effects. I mean, 0 negative side effects. And there should be lots of positive change, right? Better mood, better energy, better sleep, better this, better that across the board. So that's the deal, man. But don't neglect the dietary discipline. You have to stop those 10 bad foods. Now, as a little extra surprise here, Dr. Wallach to the rescue again. Longevity has a number of products that are very high in antioxidants. The king of the hill is a product called Triple Treat Chocolate. Triple Treat Chocolate, it's diabetic friendly, by the way. Triple Treat Chocolate, it has 18,000 ORAC per piece, 1 piece. Triple Treat, not triple truffle. Triple Treat Chocolate, 18,000 ORAC per piece. There's a brand new product on the market in Longevity called Immortalium. That has 10,400 ORAC per serving. One serving is 4 capsules. That would not be a bad product to add to your program, but you're already doing a ton of stuff. I don't want to overburden you. So, but I mean, a piece of chocolate a day, what the heck? Anything that floats the boat towards getting you to the 100,000 ORAC a day goal. You got to hit that mark, 100,000 ORAC a day, and your body is going to love you. Remember, healing is a process, not an event. It's going to unfold slowly over time, and then you're going to be off to the races within 12 months. So you just got to stick in this program for the long run, man, and stay in touch with us, and we'll help you.
May I throw one more hook in? I have uncontrolled hypertension, and I've been on Coreg and another drug called Benicar, and my blood pressure does not stay down consistently. And I know it's a kidney issue.
Well, it could be a kidney issue. Certainly, presumptively, it's a kidney issue, and let me explain why that happens. I don't think it's a kidney issue, I don't think it is. I think it's caused by a calcium deficiency. I think that's what's driving your blood pressure. I don't think it's a kidney thing, but it could be because you've got a kidney thing going on here. But what happens, it's interesting. So the blood vessels in the kidney get all jammed up, and then the kidney senses that there's a clog there. So the kidney releases a chemical into the bloodstream, which the liver deconstructs, which raises your blood pressure. And why does that happen? Because the kidney is trying to force the clog through the drain. It raises the blood pressure to force the clog through the drain. It's no different than you trying to plunge out a jammed-up toilet. It's the same process. So why is the kidney doing that? Because the arteries, the little blood vessels are clogged up. But the MDs miss this, and it boggles my freaking mind how they can overlook such fundamentally easy stuff. I mean, this is freshman year pre-med stuff. And they overlook it all of the time. And I hope in the listening audience your head just exploded, because it needs to. Because the single best thing, man, and as God is my witness, where I do not have a vindictive bone in my body. I tell people to fire their medical doctors because they're incompetent and they bring to the table an old-fashioned, outdated methodology which is completely inconsistent with the reality of the human body, and their treatments are not designed to fix anything. They're designed to manage it. All right, John, you're up next. At the end of this commercial break, I want to hear about the whole house generator, man. I'm on the edge of my seat. I appreciate you. Stick around, folks. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and guess what? This is Fire Your MD Now. So yours truly was without power for 7 days last summer, and I got to tell you, that's a long time. I've been in the market for a whole house generator for a long time, and now as fate would have it, John steps up from Florida. He's in the industry, so we're going to get it straight from the horse's mouth. And by the way, before I pot John back up, this is what I love about longevity. This is what I love about this business. This is what I love about network marketing. Where else, what other type of job could somebody have, that's a rewarding job, that gives you access to this type of knowledge base from all around the world? Well, where can you find that? Well, guess what? You find that in longevity. And by the way, if you want to take advantage of that, become an insider. Go to my website, fireyourmdnow.com. It doesn't matter which longevity downline you're in. It doesn't matter who signed you up into longevity. You can become an insider. You don't even have to be a longevity member to be an insider. And as an insider, you have access to my live worldwide webinars. You have access to all my archived health information. Man, it's awesome. 5 hours of live stuff a week. OMG. All right, John, you are back. Appreciate you very much. So what do you think, man? What's a good whole house generator? I live in a 2,000 square foot house, more or less. We've got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I got a whole bunch of computer equipment I need to keep running, and an air conditioner and a heater. What do you think?
You have given me a whole lot of information. If I were going to do a whole house generator for your application, I would use Kohler.
Kohler.
Kohler has some of the finest whole house system, and I know we're on the air, and I'll have to tell you, sidebar, who not to buy, and I won't do that right now.
Okay, good.
There's a very popular company out there whose name begins with a G. It's not that systems are bad. It's because they buy their components from the lowest bidding contractor. Oh. And as you well know, just like an automobile, when you assemble things with the lowest bidding contractor, you end up with CRAP.
Right.
Okay, so I would go with Kohler, and I would go with a diesel. And the reason why I like diesels are they are very rugged, and diesel fuel, when there's a crisis, is a little easier to get than propane or natural gas. Yeah. If you are on a natural gas line, the probability, if there's a real catastrophe, is natural gas will get cut off to avoid fires and explosions. Right. So I would self-contain myself with a diesel generator.
Now, depending, of course, on which county you're in and what the zoning restrictions are, different counties and different townships are going to limit how much diesel you can store on your property at any moment in time. Is that correct?
That is correct. And what I used to do for my commercial customers is I would do what's called just-in-time deliveries of fuel, and I would have storage drums sitting on their property, 55-gallon drums, with extra diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is not flammable, it's combustible, meaning that you can strike a match and it will not blow up and it will not burn. But if you compress it, you'll hear a nice explosion. So it's not dangerous to have diesel fuel on hand. And you also mentioned computer equipment. I would have a very good, and you might want to write this down, transient voltage surge suppressor. Yep. Which is better known as a surge protector.
Yeah.
All right, okay. And that surge protector will keep your electronic items from getting burned up, and you also need what's called a synchronous governor on your generator, and that will preserve your electronic equipment.
Synchronous governor on the Kohler diesel?
On the Kohler diesel. They build it right into the unit.
Excellent, man. You got to love this. This is just great, John. So do you have any recommendations for surge protectors as far as brands, makes, or models?
Well, there's a company out there called Innovative Technology.
Yep.
And they are, and there's another outfit down here in Florida that's a distributor, but they do distribute worldwide. And the company's name is FB Suppressor, as in Frank Bob.
Okay. Appreciate you. All right, brother.
I've used it for 20 years.
All right, we are all over it, John. I love the network. I love the advice. It's a good give and take. Call us back anytime with an update, man, and good luck in your adventure with longevity. I appreciate you very, very much. From Florida to Oregon, Alan's been hanging on very patiently. Hey, Alan, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Thanks, Dr. Glidden. Hey, before I get started, I just have a quick question before we actually get to the thing. Is your hair long or short?
Well, it used to be long. It used to be really long. Then it got shorter, and now it's, I don't know, it's kind of a long on top, but short in the back now.
I was kind of wondering if it was matching your YouTube clips.
Yeah, no, those were taken a couple of years ago, and it was pretty long then. Yeah, it was a little shorter then. And the reason that I did that, and I'm nothing if not honest. Sometimes I'm too honest. I think, honestly, I think that's one of my professional flaws. Maybe it's not a flaw. I don't know, and I don't really care. But the fact of the matter is that we're growing in popularity here, and the message is important. And the message is more important than the messenger, honestly.
True.
And people tend to not take people with long hair seriously in this culture, not in the West anymore. Now, if I was an East Indian Swami, they would expect my hair to be long, right? But I'm not. And so because of that, I bit the bullet a little bit, and I cut the hair off in the back just to be more socially acceptable. Because honestly, what we're up to here is so very important. I really don't want anything to get in the way of the message. So I'm keeping it long on top, but I chopped it off in the back for a little more social acceptability.
Professional. A professional look. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, man, what's going on? How can I help?
Okay, two questions. First one is I have a friend of mine who has a child I believe he's a little boy, and he's got a type of muscular dystrophy called Duchenne's.
Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, yeah.
Yeah, and I was telling him about how Dr. Wallach had discovered the cause, cure, and prevention.
Yeah.
And he says, well, this is different. And I said, I don't know if it's different or not, but I said, I'll find out and get you an answer.
It's not
so
different.
That's my first question.
Yeah, and no, it's not different. And Dr. Wallach's research on this was published. That's why this is one of the few things we can say we can cure. We can come out and say that, and we can't say that we can cure other things because there hasn't been published research that supports that. We have tons of clinical experience, but that's different. According to the Food and Drug Administration, there has to be, X amount of research done, this, that, and the other thing, X amount of autopsies, whatever.
Right.
But Wallach's research on this was published. He did an extensive study in a province in China, which escapes me at the moment. From our point of view, Duchenne's muscular dystrophy is caused by a selenium deficiency in the blood of the pregnant mother, which causes chromosomal abnormality to happen in the developing fetus, and then the chromosomal abnormality persists after birth. Now, chromosomal abnormalities are different than genes. A gene can't be changed. A chromosomal abnormality can. So if you catch Duchenne's muscular dystrophy at an early enough state, you can get on the other side of it. Now, if we're trying to help somebody with muscular dystrophy and they're 1 day old, we have a really pretty good shot at it. If we're trying to help somebody with muscular dystrophy who's 70 years old, we don't have that good a shot of it because there's all this other crap that's happened to their body over the course of 70 years, and we have a lot of work to do. So, depending on the age of the person with muscular dystrophy, there are different turnaround times as far as remarkably noticeable positive and measurable improvements, right? We always get positive and measurable improvement somewhere. Mood, energy, appetite, sleep, something always improves in everybody who gets on board with us. But when we're specifically trying to make an impact in, like the muscle tissue, for instance, with muscular dystrophy, the longer that you've had the illness, the longer the program takes, and that's kind of the long and the short of it.
I gotcha. Now, other questions and it seems kind of funny, because I had talked to you before about foods. Remember, I'd asked you about what's your usual consumption of food?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Dietary ideas. And to make, like, for example, I was looking at, I think it was your website, and it was talking about the bad foods.
Yeah.
And did I not see on there where it said something about things on toast, or things on toast, I think it was. Did I not see that on there? Because I think when I try to go back to when you sent me a link when I signed up to your
You mean
account,
as a bad food? As a bad food, things on toast?
Yeah.
Well, all right. So here's the deal on that. When you cook bread, you increase the probability of the generation of something called a heterocyclic amine. Now, heterocyclic amines are bad, and heterocyclic amines will show up when the bread, in this case, and it has to be gluten-free bread, right, because that's the only kind of bread we're okay with,
right, when
it gets blackened or burned.
Okay,
so
I never let it get that far.
Then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. However, grains and a lot of other things like nuts and spinach, interestingly enough, coffee, are loaded with another biochemical called a phytate, P-H-Y-tate, right? And phytates interfere with the absorption of minerals. So phytates aren't harmful like heterocyclic amines are, but if you're taking a mineral supplement and eating something that has phytates in it, like a piece of toast, it's probably not a good idea to do both of them at the same time.
So what would be a great substitute for mayonnaise to make like a tuna fish sandwich?
Oh, what a timely question, because we just cracked this code last week. Gotta love my wife-to-be. she figured it out. She mashed up an avocado with some butter, I think. Honey, I wish you could call into the show and tell us what you did, but it was delicious. I think it was an avocado with a little bit of butter in it, and it tasted great, man. And so, now here's what I would encourage you to do. I would encourage you to go to Facebook and get on board with Team Glidden. Just do a Facebook search for Team Glidden. You don't have to be in my downline to be a member of Team Glidden. It's just like a little community thing, right? And there's a lot of chat in that Facebook group about things like this, like, well, what the heck do I do for tuna fish sandwich? What can I do for breakfast? I'm so tired of having eggs, this, that, or the other thing, right? That's a really good community forum to align yourself with to get questions like this asked. And they're important questions because what the heck? I mean, if we're not going to have fun, what's the use, right?
That's true. That's
right.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, too, and it seems like I just remember you saying this last week, you said you've cut your recommendations back on selenium.
Yeah, my generic recommendations on the radio, I used to recommend 2 bottles per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Now I'm recommending 1. And the reason is selenium you can actually overdose on. It's hard to do it, but you can do it. And 2 bottles per 100 pounds of body weight per month for some people may push that envelope, and I just want to avoid that pitfall. So remember, what we do here is generic boilerplate foundation medical nutrition for the masses, and that's why I dialed back the selenium recommendation. I'm 200 pounds, and I take 12 selenium a day. That's 2 bottles a month. So that's kind of it, Alan. I appreciate you, man. Call back anytime. Thank you so very much. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yours truly needs more EFAs. Time for a little course correction here. It's Mercury retrograde, after all. We are in this period of time easily mistaken. 12 selenium a day is 4 bottles a month, not 2 bottles a month. And that's what I do. 4 bottles of selenium a month, 12 a day. Number 1. Number 2. Team Glidden on Facebook is only for my downline. All right, so if you're not a member of my downline, you can't be a member of Team Glidden. The forum, the public forum that's wide open that I was thinking about but not articulating correctly is Wellness Warriors with a Z. That's Wellness Warriors with a Z. That's the commander's website, a.k.a. Mark Denning, RN. So if you have, you want to get involved in a group discussion about, all things having to do with longevity, then go to Wellness Warriors on Facebook, and life is good. Let's finish it up with Terry in Virginia today, who has a COPD question, I think. Hey, Terry, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden, did I hear you say that your wife is a nutritional chef?
No. She's a gourmet chef. She loves to cook. If it was my wife's, perfect world, she'd just stay at home and cook all day. And honestly, I can't wait until that day happens. We're shooting for it.
Sounds like a good combination, a doctor and a nutrition.
It's a match made in heaven, I got to tell you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
Listen, I wanted to ask you about my elderly Aunt Shirley. She has COPD. She's on the oxygen tank, and she has arthritis.
Yeah, okay. So, COPD is fancy schmancy doctor talk for really bad asthma. All right? It's like asthma that's broken bad. It's bad asthma. It's asthma that hasn't been attended to. And so what happens is, right, you'll have a problem with the respiratory apparatus because you're eating all the wrong foods and because your body's completely undernutrified and the lungs just dry up and you get asthma. And so instead of fixing it, the MDs just medicate it with bronchodilators and steroids and bronchodilators and steroids and rescue inhalers and bronchodilators and steroids. Well, that keeps you alive and it keeps you breathing chemically. but it doesn't do a GD thing to fix the underlying problem. And so what's going to happen? Is it going to get better or is it going to get worse? It's going to get worse. So it rolls into COPD, which, I guess is good for the people in the hospital industry, and it's good for the people in the pharmaceutical industry, but it ain't so good for us, and we suffer needlessly for lack of knowledge. So, healthy brain and heart pack here is advised because, remember, it should be called the healthy brain, heart, and lung pack. The lungs need extra EFAs the same way that your brain does in order to function optimally. So for her, it would be the healthy brain and heart pack, one healthy brain and heart pack, one selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and then glucogel, sufficient to the cause. And because of her age, I would give her the liquid glucogel plus, and I like to dose that at 1 bottle per 50 pounds per month. 1 bottle per 50 pounds per month. That's a really good place to start with that. And I really like helping people with COPD because often, just within 2 or 3 weeks, there's a noticeable improvement in breathing. And I got to tell you something, man. When your breathing ain't right, ain't nothing right. That's a big monkey on your back, and it messes everything in your life up. And so even if we can give people a 10 or 20 or 30% improvement in respiratory function, that's a big deal. And you can make a big, big difference here. But remember, right, Terry, human beings we're a stubborn lot, and you can teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you can't. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, right? So I don't know if she's going to cop to the diet. I don't know. You're going to have to work your magic there to convince her of the benefits of the whole program. No more, no more Popeyes, no more Kentucky Fried Chicken, no more Sunny D, right, or whatever other crap they're giving her. But if anybody can pull that off, it's you, Terry. I have ultimate faith in you. So good luck and God bless. I appreciate your support. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. I appreciate your support very much. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. Please visit my website and get informed. FireYourMDNow.com. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Back in the saddle tomorrow. Live long and prosper.